So hello and welcome people back to Ugly Potter 2. Still auto-saving. It may be longer, but I find it convenient.
We need to find Ginny. She's wandered off somewhere, and the whole family is waiting so we can go to Diagon Alley and get our school supplies. We better split up and find her. Oh, by the way, watch out for some of Dad's junk. If you come across any, use your knockback chinks or your Wingardium Leviosa to defend yourself. If you find you're getting a little low on health, chocolate frogs will help replenish your energy. So keep an eye out for them. Right, let's split up. I'll go this way. See you soon, Harry, and good luck.
So his junk became sentient?
Yes,
How?
you have to use Wingardium Leviosa.
No, I want an explanation. Fucking how? The fuck?
Yeah, mowers. Magic mowers. By the way, the chocolate frogs are ultra stingy in this game when it comes to actually giving you heals.
So why isn't Harry making a comment about every single flavor of bean when he picks them up?
Because this isn't the first game for the PlayStation 2, thankfully. I am going to play that game in Dutch, simply because the Dutch Harry does not get quite as excited over every single flavor of beans. And here they teach you about the aiming.
Jesus Christ, even the washing machine is trying to kill you.
Thankfully, unlike how it is in the PlayStation 2 game, you don't actually have to wait for this to open its mouth.
Wingardium Leviosa!
I say thankfully because you have to actually fight a lot of these things.
You have to fight multiple washing machines?
Yes, you have to fight many.
Why does the Weasley family own multiple lawnmowers and washing machines?
You know, all of Dad's junk.
That's not an answer. You can upload up, then you can't get up there.
Now, I was trying to figure this out, but like, you can't choose between spells. It just chooses it for you. And I was trying to figure out, how in the hell do I get up there? It's actually...
you stand on top of the barrel and then you jump up.
You can't do that. And sadly, even Harry's NBA jump skills are not enough to get up there. I really don't know what they want me to do with this looking around here.
Wingardium Leviosa, the washing machine up there.
But you can't.
Oh.
Like you can't Wingardium Leviosa.
Okay, well then Wingardium this boulder over there.
You can't climb a boulder.
Why not?
Considering this game, you could probably still clip through using it. But like even if I use the boulder to get it as a step, I can't get back up there. But yeah, I was gonna say in the previous episode, actually resigning from like 100%ing a minigame does not mean that you are like screwed out of 100%ing the game on your first go, because that was actually an issue in the first one, where there was a ton of missable stuff that you couldn't get once you got past a certain point in the game.
Yeah.
They addressed that issue, and in a very, very interesting way, which we will get to once we get to Hogwarts. So, if you're playing through this game for the first time and you happen to miss a whole bunch of things, don't worry about it, because you can actually get all of it right at the ass end of it, if you care to.
Okay. This game really thinks you're gonna be on death's door all the time, doesn't it?
Well, it gets harder later on. This is the tutorial level, remember? And
well, yeah, but I mean, like, even for a tutorial, though, you know, like, they're feeding you chocolate frogs, like, every 5...
Dancing Potter. And also, if there is an object that requires you to Wingardium Leviosa, you don't have to be perfect with aiming it. It kind of gravitates towards it once you get near it. And yes, you do actually have to fully charge those, because otherwise it's not gonna work. You can actually defeat the Mowers with 2 uncharged spells. But you know, 1 charged is a 1-hit kill. So, unlike the PS2 game, it is actually worth it to charge your spells. And also, in some cases, the spell will just outright not do a thing if it's not properly charged. And the aiming system is important, and actually works really well, because you can change your targets, and you can let go of the targeting.
Take notes, Yakuza.
And Harry's actually really good at aiming for stuff. You don't actually need to be specifically looking at the thing that you need to be aiming for. You just need to be around it. So if there is like a thing you can lock onto in your vicinity, like for example, just one thing in the entire room that can be locked onto, Harry will lock onto it. Take note, early Zelda games.
I know, right?
Early 3D Zelda games, I mean. This back turning.
I know, right? Why do they own so many friggin' lawnmowers?
You know, all of Ron's dad junk. Why were they insistent on using that word so much?
I don't know.
But yeah, for this one's a little bit tricky, because it seems like you can't get it. You can. You just have to stand in a very, very specific spot. Just like...
Yeah, I saw it.
Right there. See? Once it gets to that the tempest of magic, it pretty much gravitates towards it and locks it in.
Okay. Sound glitching.
Oh, this is not even for the standards of this game. This is not even considered a glitch. You'll see what I mean later.
Nico, you're not supposed to knock over trees using your default weapon. Frickin' it'll go dull that way. You have to go to the other side of the area to get an axe, and then you have a plot important cutscene with your friends, and then you come back, chop the tree down, but then you end up losing grip of the tree, and it falls down a cliff. Haven't you done this before?
And also your sprite specifically changes for that specific portion of the game.
Yes.
Just so you can have a position while carrying an axe and looking cool.
Yep.
I can still remember all the times that have gone by.
Okay, good. Alright, now stand on top of the washing machine and float yourself up there.
Mm-hmm. You actually have to pull it up and get it up there. Which I thought was pretty neat. Not too many Harry Potter games, especially the early ones, actually used Wingardium Leviosa for much of anything, which is a bit of a shame because that's a, you know, conceptually it's an awesome spell. You know, manipulating stuff around. But I guess they also figured that that would give you too many opportunities to break an already sort of broken game.
Yeah, probably.
But the 5th and 6th game actually have a lot of uses for Wingardium Leviosa, and that actually makes them a lot of fun because they also have a physics engine.
But why aren't
similarly how the
first-person shooters?
Those games never happened. Shut up.
Oh, okay.
But no, like the in the 5th and 6th game, you can't move them any further. They have a good indication for this, like when you're whatever you're interacting with is in the right position, it will just flash when you hit it. It will also make a sound effect, and a lot of times doing things like these will also give you house points. Oh,
just like the first game.
Yes, I should also mention one.
Oh, hi, Harry. Thank goodness you came. My puff skein swallowed my Remembrall, and I got lost trying to find him. A Remembrall tells you that there's something you've forgotten to do. You can have it, Harry. I don't have my wand on me now, so use your knockback jinx on the puff skein, and he'll spit it out.
Yeah. No, not Genie. And there we go.
Ginny! There you are! Nice work, Harry. Hope Dad's junk wasn't too much of a problem for you. Right, we better get back to the house. Mum and Dad are waiting to take us to Diagon Alley.
I hope Dad's junk wasn't too much of a problem for you, if you know what I mean.
Are they handling the tower?
Definitely. No, no minecart. There is no minecart in this game.
Never traveled by flue powder before. You need to know a few things.
When you're in the fireplace, say where you're going.
And keep your elbows tucked in.
Mind you get out at the right fireplace.
Are you sure this is safe?
Piece of cake!
Diagon Alley!
So remember this part of the movie where Harry went down a gigantic slope full of beans, and the game was also telling him only how to speed up but not how to slow down, which is the more important information.
Yep.
And how he broke his back repeatedly and then died.
Yeah, actually, it was pretty hype.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, they're actually pretty generous with this section. You can hold or stop. You can slow yourself down by pulling back on the analog stick. And yes, this game does actually use analog sticks, just like the first one. And also, something I wanted to mention, the camera controls in this are actually really, really good. They actually use the right analog stick for controlling the camera, which, you know, that was icky back in the day, and almost nobody did that, and now Harry's dead.
End of game.
Harry had no idea where he was. All he could tell was that he wasn't in Diagon Alley. Evil-looking masks stared down from the wall, and rusty spiked instruments hung from the ceiling.
The sooner I get out of here, the better.
Harry heard a noise from the door nearby, and two blurry shapes appeared on the other side of the glass. Harry looked quickly around and spotted a large black cabinet. He shot inside it and pulled the doors closed, leaving a small crack to peer through. Seconds later, a bell clanged, and Draco Malfoy stepped into the shop. The man who was with Draco could only be his father, Lucius Malfoy.
Touch nothing, Draco.
Mr. Malfoy was trying to sell the shopkeeper certain dark magical items that he didn't want the Ministry of Magic to find out about. Harry went to Flourish and Blots to buy his books. While he was in there, Gilderoy Lockhart, Hogwarts' new defense against the dark arts teacher, was signing his latest book.
Nice big smile, Harry. Together you and I were at the front page.
Harry met up with Ron and Ginny Weasley. Lucius and Draco Malfoy were also there.
Famous Harry Potter. Can't even go into a bookshop without making the front page.
Ginny, who was very fond of Harry, defended him.
Leave him alone. He didn't want all that.
Lucius Malfoy insulted the scruffy state of the second-hand books Ginny had bought.
I suppose those books are the best your father can give you.
Lucius plucked a copy of A Beginner's Guide to Transformation from Ginny's cauldron, examined it briefly, and then replaced it. No one at that time realized how much of an effect this gesture from Lucius Malfoy would have on their lives, and they all left the shop none the wiser. They found the car in Charing Cross Road, and after making it invisible, flew it into the sky over London. They saw the Hogwarts Express far below, and followed it for some time.
They sort of jumped a lot of leaps in there, didn't they?
Yeah, but at least they actually explained them, unlike the other games.
Yeah, the only part that really just like jumps the shark is, and then they made the car invisible and flew behind the Hogwarts train. But why?
For no reason, just because it was cool.
But no, besides that, it's all fine.